I think that is something that like really does, because we have been clients, so we know like how it is to work a 12-hour shift and come home from a busy day, and just that like sense of relief, like just that feeling you get knowing like you don't have to do anything and you can just enjoy your home. We're a busy family too, so we understand and know like all of those feelings. We understand how it is to have children and with activities and busy with work. So we started in March 2014, and I worked at a hospital. So, you know, I was working every other weekend, every other holiday. We had our oldest, and then we had two small children. They were 18 months apart. So we were kind of in that busy, like, toddler, phase of life. And we had somebody that cleaned our home, and she worked with us for 5 years. So we had the experience of being a client and knowing like what that can do for you and like your family, and that peace that it just like gives you to have your home cleaned. I was working as a respiratory therapist, and at that point I was just tired of doing the weekends and holidays, and it was just always mandatory. When I cut back at work, we decided like I would clean my own house. So she taught me like some of her tips and tricks, and then I would also help her when she needed help, because it was her and her sister who would clean, and they were talking about retiring, and then I asked me if I would take over their last client, who was my mom. So I said yes, and I just kind of threw it out there on Facebook, asking does anybody want their house cleaned, or I'm thinking about, starting a cleaning business. So I just kind of put that out on social media, and it really just grew from there. I had one house, and then that turned into 10 houses, and eventually 3 months later, I ended up leaving my career as a respiratory therapist and jumping in to the business full time. So I couldn't manage both. My husband worked as a lineman for a contractor for Edison, the power company here. It was just really important that I was home on the weekends and holidays, because that was like our time together. And he would travel, lots of hours that he was needed to work. And it just, at that time in my life, it was important that I stayed home with the kids, which ironically turned out to not be the case, because the company just grew. My daughter Jenna started helping me that summer, and then we started bringing in, helpers. And in 2018, we had grown to a level where I just couldn't do it myself. And Craig said, what if I joined the business with you? That was a pretty big leap for us, because he was our breadwinner. So when he had his 401k, insurance, he worked all the time and had a really good job, and he left his career. Everyone thought he was crazy. We weren't even sure how we were going to make it work, but we knew that I needed somebody, and who better to have than my husband. And I guess the rest is like history. The company's name is Cleaning by Jen, and we started in March of 2014. We offer general maintenance cleaning weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly, and we also do deep cleans, move-in, move-outs, and we are now offering carpet cleaning services. We do like to see all of our homes before we service them, so we would schedule an in-home estimate, and someone from our team would come out to meet you, review the home, go through your needs and wants, expectations, and then we would send you a quote. And as soon as we get an approval, we would look to see where we could put you on the schedule. We give people freedom to do what they want to do, to spend time with their families, to not have to worry about all the things that they need to get done. And if we can just help with that one small part, then it's all worth it.